Oh, the clip on the microphone. The clip on the microphone is broken, so I do not know how this will turn out. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear me. Had plans for this morning, but sun popped out to say hello. So, sun above all else, really, especially in mid-December. Well, 19th of December today. Video 203 of Michael Todd. Toddy over the halfway mark of making daily videos and attempting to start 100 startups in a year. We've got about 35, we've chosen 12 to hone in on, get polished up and ready to take to the next stage of launching and growing them and getting the message out there. And kind of saying this is a bit of the boring stage, because yesterday I think, because I can already see. I can see what needs to be done. So that my trouble is, I can work a lot in my mind and see it all in my mind. So it's already kind of completed in my mind. But then you've got to do the physical work, which isn't exciting if you've already done it. Kind of like you're doing something you've already done. But it's got to be done because we're showing you how to start lots of businesses. I'm really liking where the blueprint side of things is going. And I think Steve Jobs said, to make things the most simple form, you've got to go through all the complexities of it. And I'm trying to get all these startups there, and then the blueprint pages is the unique feature really of nonconformity company, I think, because I just want to show you what kind of business model these are, and a lot of them already exist. Well, they all exist really, I guess, and I'm naming them a lot of the names that they're known by. Some of them have multiple names, and some of them you don't really see as business models because they might not necessarily make money. Like the 4am Club is really like a challenge. I'm calling that the challenge business model, and that'll be backed up with the community business model. Harder to swap hands. Harder to swap hands. Can you hear me? Testing. Yeah, and it's the categories. I had no idea what to talk about today. I've just been really loving a walk. Some cake and coffee. For some reason, I decided to do the coffee Balinese style, where they boil the hell out of it. And then, well, in Bali, they don't even filter it. You just get all these coffee grounds in your mouth and at the bottom of the cup. Pretty strong, but it actually turned out okay. And a cake made in a dunst tin. So like trees, 10 trees, tree mold, cake shape. And then you sprinkle icing sugar on it and it looks like it's been snowing. Very nice. The flour is that good that, you know, a lot of these, it's like a Victoria sponge, like a sponge cake, Victoria sponge kind of cake. And a lot of times you have a jam and cream with that. But this flour, because of the quality of it and freshly milled and all of the other ingredients being very good, it's so moist and lovely. You just don't need anything else. I do hope this sounds okay. I feel a bit weird holding this microphone, this puny, tiny microphone. Better get some more, get some backups. So yeah, it's the blueprints really, and I'm just still mulling over how they all fit together. And I guess the more I do, the more it'll fit together. It's quite nice looking at the business now and go, right, what is that? So I think some of the businesses are like predominantly one, and then backed up by another model or two. And yeah, so you can come in then and just like, I want to name that some of the new ones, just name them simply. And then on each of the blueprints, there'll be a link through to nonconformity blueprints where it will go into a bit more detail of those for you, and just have the tools there. So everything's ready to go, really. Everything should just be as easy as possible for people to come in and learn in the quickest way possible. No barriers, no nothing. So yeah, this next stage with these 12, it's going to be finishing them off and testing them and making sure the user journey is all working, and all the little details like the welcome email and things like that are all good for certain ones, and the payment gateways are sorted, and all of the links are there. And then the next stage is going to be a list. I'm going to do a list because I'm going to be in Lanzarote. I'm going to want to be balancing my life, still working every day. So the plan will be to work every day while being away for a month. And does ache after a while. Yeah, balancing every day. But then what I want to do is come up with a list for all of the things that I need to do for these 12 to manage them and to grow them. So there'll be some of the marketing stuff in there as well. But yeah, just like maintenance / running / growing list. So out of those 12, like the nonconformityai.com is going to be a weekly newsletter. So I need to add in some time and some tasks to put that newsletter together every week. That'll be a weekly thing. Some of them are, if somebody pays some money for my time and wisdom, expertise, then I'll need to put time and energy into that. So some of them are like, sporadic one-offs, random, as and when people purchase things. And then others, like the AI tools and tools.com, will be me slowly adding to these directory lists. So out of all of these tasks, maybe there's 30 tasks, then what I'll do is just divide these down into 3 or 4 a day. So I know each day I wake up, I've got those 3 or 4 things to do. That will mean that those businesses are all looked after, they're all running, and they're all growing. And then after a while doing that, maybe sometime during January, maybe I'll wait till I get back, I can then start to outsource. Well, I could further automate a lot of these things and get them more efficient. I've got to go through myself and do it all. I'm not going to get anybody else too involved until I've owned every single piece of it. And then I can start passing things down if they can't be fully automated or more automated before passing them down. And then once I can start to automate and pass them down and reduce my amount of time, then and only then I'm going to then start to get back on the new ideas, new businesses and new startups, because we've only really got till the end of May of next year to get 100 out there. So what I'm hoping, I can't really push the marketing. I need to start getting the message out there and building up some momentum. Obviously, we've got the history with the videos, the algorithms slowly starting to work. Hands are freezing. The algorithm's slowly picking up that we're not going anywhere. Thankfully, and we're getting consistently some more views on the channel. Great, thank you. Only taken 203 days, but well, it's all part of the journey. We'll look back on this and be so glad that we stuck with it. And that's my message to all of you too. A lot of our programs are about 4 a.m. club. Just there's no excuse for that one. No money, no time, no know-how. We've got you covered. 4 a.m. club. And get things moving, get things starting. Do a daily video. Just copy what we're doing. Do a daily video and just start talking to yourself, coaching yourself, coming out, letting things come out. The written word and the spoken word are very powerful, and very, very powerful for us, because a lot of times we're in our minds. We're not our mind, we're not our body, we're us, you're you. You have a mind, you have a body. So I think getting things out of the mind is very, very powerful. But yes, back to the plan. That's kind of what I've got in my head with where we're at now. We've kind of expanded and contracted quite a bit. It's been useful. What are we on? 9.5 minutes. Well, that's probably about enough, isn't it? That's the kind of rough plan that we're at over this Christmas period and New Year. Ready for January to really, just know what I'm doing every day. I'll wake up and just have 3 or 4 things to do for these 12 startups, and then we'll test them. I guess then once yeah, once we've automated and got a lot of these things running, and then we can start outsourcing to free up more time to grow, to make more businesses and startups. Things should really start. We should start getting some really exciting money coming in, some traffic and some traction, some people picking this up because it's an interesting project, a helpful project, a useful project for people. And then I guess with the new ideas that come, we could probably start ditching some of the older ones that don't work. I don't know. Maybe we wait until the end of the year once we've got 100 up and running. Then I can be like, right, well, we did 100. They're live. They're here. They're free for everybody to copy and learn from. Maybe then I'll just take 10 and be like, maybe just one. I don't know. No, more than one, but less than 100. Okay. Enjoy the rest of this walk. I hope you're all well, and just yeah, my message is just to try and help people achieve more in life. Just it's freedom that holds us back, and that's often because of money that's limiting our time and limiting our freedom. So combining online business with things that you're into makes work not feel like work, but you're more in control. I can grow this business to $1 million a year, $1 million a month after that. There's no real end to it. So that's the beauty of online digital businesses. There is no end. The more time that you put in, the more you can keep growing things. So get on with it. Get on with it. What are you waiting for? Nonconformitycompany.com, nonconformityblueprints.com, nonconformityuniversity.com. All there to help you learn and accelerate life. All right. Stop.